Yeah, obviously just keep repping out my shot and get a bunch of reps in on that, and then just learn his system, inside out. Obviously, Tucker has been with him; he's pretty good at all that. Connor was with him for a few years, so all of us are new, but we're still trying to learn that, and then the same thing for me going forward.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Coming from Indiana, you're the lone guy on this roster that's actually from Indiana. Have you kind of tried to establish what it means to wear the jersey?
Yeah, a little bit. I've kind of told these guys some recruiting stories. Coming up here, just being recruited for 3-4 years now, and then obviously me choosing to come here is super cool to me. And then hopefully, all these guys know that too.
You think you're getting across to him?
Yeah, I think so.
How has Connor helped you? I know his brother went here. Has he kind of been a factor in that too? Kind of just saying what this means?
Yeah, a little bit, like you said, Connor, and then we got a lot of other older guys. So, learning from them, and then just obviously all of us chose Indiana for a reason. Chose to come with Coach DeBreeze and the staff. So, we're all having fun so far this summer, and then we're excited for Puerto Rico.
How do you think you're fitting in off the court? Kind of obviously classes haven't started, but are you ready for college life? I guess you experienced that a little bit last year.
Yeah, being away at Montverde kind of got me a little bit ready for college, just being away from home, stuff like that, and then taking a few summer classes right now online, so it's not just all basketball now for me. So, having to manage classes and basketball, stuff like that has been pretty good so far.
How do you feel physically matching up against some of these older college guys?
Yeah, obviously everyone's pretty physical. It's obviously the Big Ten. It's going to be super physical. It's one of the most physical conferences in college. Coming here so far, we're lifting a lot. I think I've gained a little bit of muscle, gained a little bit of body weight, so stuff like that, and then just trying to be physical as I can on the court.
Thanks, Trent.
Yeah.
What's been the biggest adjustment, just basketball-wise, so far? I know you did the year at Montverde in part to get ready for the basketball, but now that you're actually here and have done it for a couple of months, what has been the biggest adjustment?
I think just defensively for me. Last year at Montverde, I was kind of like an undersized 4 or 5 man. I'm playing more on the perimeter here, obviously, which is going to be my role going forward. Obviously, it's the Big Ten. Not going to spend a whole lot of time under the basket and stuff, but just physically, just my defense, fighting through screens, ball screens, stuff like that, off the ball, being in the right spots.
What's just in terms of having a brand new team, obviously you were going to be new to it anyway, but the challenge of not really having anybody that's returning, what's that been like, and has there been certain guys that maybe have kind of established themselves as leaders so far?
Yeah, I think just everyone's new, like you said, so we were all learning it together the first few days, first few weeks. Coach DeBreeze system, obviously Tucker's been playing for him, and then Connor spent a few years with them. And then going forward, and then like I said, we just got a bunch of older guys, that are pretty good leaders, stuff like that. So going forward, I think that would be good for us to have a more experienced, older team.
The Puerto Rico trip, what are you looking to get out of that, just from obviously it doesn't count for a record or anything, but I know you guys are going to spend a lot of time together doing things outside of basketball down there, but in terms of the basketball aspect, what do you think you can learn from that trip?
Yeah, I can just think, I think I can learn exactly what coach wants from us in a game setting. Obviously that'll provide film for us, so we can learn from all that, and then really just try to win all 3 of those games. I'm about winning, so I just want to win as much as we can.
Thanks, Trent.